I tell you why one author thinks that social media marketing is complete bullshit. Next on the Marketing Minute. Okay, so let's just say you sat down at your club and decided to launch a social media marketing campaign. And let's just say you were able to collect 77,000 points of data, 77 rounds played at your golf course. And you went through to try to track how many sales went through a social media outlet like Facebook or Twitter. All right, so 77,000, you do your research and find out, lo and behold, that less than 1% went through social media. What do you think your reaction would be? Well, it's probably going to be something like, bullshit. And that's one of the many reasons why highly rated author B.J. Mendelsohn wrote the book, Social Media is Bullshit. And I was fortunate enough to be able to do a Q&A with BJ and send him some questions, and I'm going to read those questions and answers for you here right now. Now, before I get to the Q&A, remember those 77,000 sales I told you about? Well, that was actual research done by a company called Forrester Research. What they did this year is they looked at 77,000 online transactions to see how many were attributable to social media campaigns, and they found that indeed less than 1% were through social media outlets like Facebook or Twitter, YouTube, and so on. So that is what prompted me to ask BJ about his book after reading it to get his opinions on why social media just fails as a marketing platform. So I asked BJ, in light of the underwhelmingly poor results from social media marketing campaigns, why do people keep doing it? Why do companies keep pumping more and more and more money into it? And what BJ said is that a lot of it's intimidation. There's a ton of peer pressure from the social media marketing companies, the actual platforms themselves, and the media that push pressure on companies to keep funding these campaigns. And no one ever wants to admit they did anything wrong or look stupid. Now, probably one of the most important questions I felt that I asked BJ was, has anyone actually really seriously made money off these campaigns? And what he said is that it's really hard to single out any particular attributes where companies have made money because there's a broader picture that you need to look at. For example, a lot of people cite the Old Spice Super Bowl campaign as a huge success, except for the fact that in the book, BJ mentions that the gentleman that played in those commercials went on major shows like Oprah. Okay? Yet there's lots of failures. Okay? There is Cisco's TED campaign that sort of tried to mimic the Old Spice campaign, and people just completely didn't get it. Now, there's many more questions that I asked BJ, and we'll make that transcript available in the link down below. But the main takeaway that I got from talking to BJ, reading his book, and watching and reading over 50 articles related to social media marketing is this: doing the wrong thing has grave, grave consequences. And think about this for a minute. When you're at your club and you have thousands of people coming in every month and over the course of a year, do you really need platforms like Twitter and Facebook to engage with them? Think about that for a minute. Isn't it smarter just to go directly towards them? And there's one other thing to think about as well. When I read these articles and I watched them and I heard terms like social equity and you have to engage and do all this other stuff, think about this for a minute. There was no direct link between engaging your customers and sales. And if you run any kind of business, I don't care what it is, golf club, golf lessons, Fortune 500 company, if you do not sell your product or service, you do not stay in business. So that is the important lesson to be learned right now from social media. Might it change? Sure, it could change. It could get better. We could find that it gets married towards selling products. But right now, think about that. Less than 1% out of 77,000 transactions resulted in a sale directly linked to social media marketing. And for the Marketing Minute, I'm Sean Mizell.